Hey guys, I'm getting ready to go live. We have the Iron Mics with Umar Johnson. Just a mid interview.
Yeah, and I want to say something else before you go on. Now, I got some friends of mine that's going to tune in, and some of you may not like what he's saying, but everything he's saying is factual. And to fix a part of the problem, people that aren't of the same shade as we are need to really acknowledge and accept the truth. Because what you're given is facts. This is statistics. You know, it's all factual what this brother is saying. So I don't want to offend anybody, but the truth doesn't need any support. So everything this brother's saying is the truth. You know, so and the thing, you know, one thing that is really prevalent in the state where I'm from Mississippi. You know, I was looking at the high percentage of school dropouts. What would you advise young black kids who feel misunderstood or misrepresented but don't feel that they have a voice to stand up for themselves? What would you advise them to do?
Well, number one, life is very unfair to black youth. It is very unfair. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, they have a country and a government that cares nothing about them, that sees them as a nuisance and a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
That doesn't want to do anything to give them an opportunity to compete equitably with white kids and even non-white kids who are other than African.
That's right.
On the other hand, they have a neglectful black community that doesn't do anything systematically.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything systematically to provide them with any opportunities. So every color like that, and then like child, because the government is hostile, the school system is hostile, all the institutions within the society are hostile toward them. They see this. But then on the other hand, the community doesn't care much for them either. So white America is guilty of commission, crimes of commission against black children, and the black community is guilty of crimes of omission against black children. See, here's the issue. We have enough economic to build our own schools for our own children. Here it is. This is the bottom line. Black America is a $1 trillion economy.
That's right.
The richest group of black on the face of the earth, although we don't get to the richest group of Africans, income-wise, on the face of the earth. When you look at educational statistics, the outcome of our children, whether you drop out, special ed, reading, discipline school, ADHD, drugs, you name it, the outcomes are horrible. But guess what? The black community is comfortable with that. We don't have a problem with the merit support for black children. Why don't we? Because look at what we're doing right now. We are spending billions of dollars wasting it on Christmas shopping right now. Billions of dollars.
That's true.
On cell phone, video game clothes, weed, terms, all kinds of useless garbage that our children don't even need.
With companies
And we would care about our children.
Yeah, with companies that don't care about
black
it.
child in America.
Yeah, Dr. Umar, this is Young Line again. I want to ask you speaking about, I guess, was it nationalism and revolution, or but as far as revolution, that scares a lot of people, you know. And I wanted you kind of to explain revolution, because I think that that may be the path, but people are scared of fighting. I think that there are other ways where we really need an economic revolution. That I think there are a lot of revolutions, a way to have a revolution as far as in our community. I just want you to speak on that as far as, you know, what would be that line? How would you explain what you would see our revolution would be? I think that
and after everything else has been put in place.
Yep, that's what's scary.
Now,
He's right.
you mentioned the economic revolution, but there is something that is even more primordial than an economic revolution, and that is the psychological revolution. See, if we don't change the way we think and behave with ourselves, each other, and our enemies, we change nothing else. You have to revolutionize the African mind before you can revolutionize the African world. If you never revolutionize the African mind, you'll never revolutionize the African world. Take the point. Let's look at Africa herself. When you look at many of the independence revolutions that were enacted on the continent that brought about flag and independence, you see that many of the leaders that have come after independence now are of the exact same mindset as the colonizers. They're no different. In some cases, they make it worse. So you see what you did. You liberated the country, but you never liberated the mind. So as a result of that, even though the white man is out as a liberated leader, white consciousness is still in. So unless you change that mindset, anything else you do will ultimately prove to be futile, because you never change the mind that's going to function within that economic revolution. You never change the mind that's going to function within that social revolution, that educational revolution, that spiritual revolution. If you don't change the mind, you will basically toxify everything you do with European consciousness.
I guess you kind of threw in Africa. I want to kind of throw up on. I think this is kind of what Julius Malema is trying to kind of change their thought process of South Africa. What? That's a little bit off the subject, but we brought up Africa. How do you feel about Julius Malema and South Africa and their fight over the land rights?
Okay, the question is, what do I feel about South African fight over the land rights?
Yes. Is it Julius Malema? That is
Julius Malema and the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF. But I support it. I mean, he can take the land back. As you can see, they haven't started to take the land back because the whites of South Africa, particularly in the Orange Free State, where a lot of your strong pro-apartheid forces still are, you know, they're very well militarized. And Israel is a major ally of South Africa, as is the United States. Coalition, crimes of coalition against black children. Everything else must support that because everything else must feed the military machine. If you don't have no agriculture, the soldiers don't eat. You don't have the economics together. You can fight in the military campaign.
Yeah.
You see, so much, everything else has to be in place before you go through that level of struggle. And I think they will have to go through that level of struggle, but they need to get everything else, and everything else they can put in place first, where they will be destroyed. They will be wiped out. Our brothers and sisters will be wiped out by the strong arm of white power coming from Israel, the United States, as well as the South African pro-apartheid militia.
Now that kind of ties in. That could be the same as far as us having a disability with education. The educational system is set up, and then us not being able to, to be leaders like we're supposed to because we can't financially do, because we're not in a financial position to do a lot because we're held back. Then it also, that could lead up to us not being able to empower one another. That's kind of what you were saying a little earlier, right?
Yeah, to a degree. The difference between our struggle in the United States and the struggle in South Africa is because the difference, the major difference, we are in the majority in South Africa. South Africa, we're in the majority. We're in the numerical minority here, so that's number one.
Yeah.
We outnumber the enemy. Okay. Number two, we are masters of that land. If you notice, every war, most wars, where a smaller army or a smaller nation beat a bigger nation, simply was
Y'all
because
have
the
all
smaller
these
nations
questions that I was gonna
had
ask him,
command,
and I can't ask any of
control,
it
and
because I'm
mastery
not
of the
even
land.
in.
So look at America with Vietnam. Vietnam won because they controlled that land. They knew it was better. They mastered it. The land is the chessboard. If the Vietnamese were able to manipulate that land because America did not master the land of Vietnam. So they had all types of underground tunnels and all types of things set up. There was no way you could beat somebody on their own turf if they don't know how to use their own turf. We saw the same thing with the United States and Somalia. You know, we saw the same thing with Russia and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You know, it's typical. You saw the same thing with Napoleon's army in Haiti. During the Haitian Revolution, the exact same thing. It doesn't matter how big and well equipped an army is, if you don't know the land, and if you cannot control that land, you will lose.
Yep.
And that's another big advantage that they have in Africa.
And unfortunately, the people that didn't know, the U.S. did lose the Vietnam War. They did. You know, the Vietnamese kind of gave us the business, gave them the business. That's why I'm going to say that. But this is what I want to ask you. Now, it says, when it speaks of academic disabilities, where do you personally define the line of true academic disabilities and a child's needing extra attention? Where do you define that?
Well, extra attention, in my opinion, is not a disability. And I think that's where a lot of the confusion lies. It's normal for a child to have some trouble learning an academic skill. I had some trouble. You had some trouble. We all struggle
That's right.
at some point with some concepts. But see, as we always say, power is the ability to define reality and make people accept it. Who decided that a challenge or a concern was a disability? It's all about perception, and it's all about opinion. The only difference between the kid with a disability and the kid with a challenge is they decided not to give up on the kid with a challenge. Kid with a disability, they gave up. That's why he got labeled in the first place.
Wow.
You get tested for special ed once they make up their mind that there's nothing else they can do with you or for you. But see, that's a personal judgment.
Yeah.
That's a personal judgment. And when you're dealing with the fact that most teachers are white women, they don't give a damn about our kids anyway. That's why they're so quick to refer them to special ed. It doesn't make any sense for a 5-year-old to get tested for special education. Why is a 5-year-old being tested for special education? Legally, should they be? Yes. You know, but practically, should they be? Hell no. He just started school. Give him a chance to learn. Why are we looking at special ed so soon?
Yeah.
Because they don't care about our children. It's a conflict of interest for the white female or the white male to be responsible for the education of the black male or the black female. It's a conflict of interest.
Wow.
How can the people who are responsible for your oppression be responsible for your liberation? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Do you believe in the unified public school program system across the country? Because every state. Do you believe in a unified public school program system across the country? Or does every state? Well, I mean, because I think every state, and correct me if I'm wrong, I guess a system, so to speak, to make it where all kids are getting education, not any being left behind, so to speak. A unified, do you think that's possible? That's what I mean. Can we come together where all children are not being neglected?
I'm not really sure as far as you're saying, what he's saying with a unified, but I do know that there are national standards and then there are state standards. So I know that like here in Texas, they've changed a lot of stuff in history. So they taken, I think one of the things that they were saying, they were actually debating on taking Martin Luther King out and doing things like that. So there are certain things that are, but there are national standards also. So I'm kind of confused with that. I'm not sure if Dr. Walmart.
Now, what's the
Well, there is no nationally required. There's no national academic standards that states are required to follow. No. Each state education is prerogative of the state. It's a state right. It's a federal interest, but it's a state right. The United States Constitution doesn't give you your right to learn. So education is a state right, and each state creates their own standards. However, you do get some influence from the United States Department of Education. You get some influence from various professional organizations. For example, probably the biggest thing right now is the Common Core. You know, the Common Core is what they would like to be implemented as the national set of educational standards that all states would follow. But at present, you do not have a national curriculum for our schools.
Okay. Now, so what would you believe? Do you believe there are similarities? What are the similarities and differences as people regarding education, economics, and family structure?
Give me that question again.
What are our similarities and differences as a people regarding education, economic, and family structure?
Okay, now you're speaking within the community?
Yeah.
Okay,
because that's really where we're lacking the most, right? You know, of course in the community, of course the corporate world, and other aspects of the world. But it starts in the communities, right?
Okay, I kind of see his question that kind of goes off of like, so I'll kind of add another question that someone had that may kind of shed light on that one too. But like, you know, what are those things, maybe 5 things that, not major things, kind of small things that we can kind of look forward to trying to do in the next 10 years as far as trying to help our community and as far as education. So small steps that we can take.
Well, I can probably answer that. By talking about the 6 key aspects of the curriculum at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy that we hope to open soon. And those 6 fundamental components of that curriculum are the agricultural and agronomical, the dietary and the nutritious, the spiritual and the astrological, okay, the science of the family and community, and then there is political and military science, and then there is economic and financial science. Those are the 6 core components of the curriculum that we will be doing at Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey International Leadership Academy.
And they never teach that in regular school, that's for sure. We didn't get I graduated back in 1986, but we had African American studies, and it was taught at my high school for maybe a semester and a half. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle of that second semester, they cut it short because there was too many troops that was coming out at school, and a lot of the people that was running the school and running the counties, they didn't like that, so they took it out of all of the schools in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and that's a fact. That's pretty sad because, you know, for many years we've been given this blind, you know, this what fictional story I want to say of what this history of this country is about, and none of it is true except for, you know, the things that they did to take the country, you know, and I don't know. I think it's time for them to start teaching the truth to the kids in the school, you know. And like I said,
they're not going to teach the truth because it's not in their best interest to teach the truth. And I would argue that it's not their job to teach the truth. It is our job to teach the truth. White people should not be in charge of educating black children. And as long as they are, black people will be the laughing stock of the world. Because no other group of people has their identity. We're the only people in the world who can teach their children. So it's not all white folks to change anything. It's not all white folks to recreate anything. It's not all white folks to reform anything. It is for black people to raise their children. And I'm not speaking individual parents. I'm speaking of us as a race, as a people, as a identity, as a culture. It is our responsibility to create an education for our own children. No one is ever going to take that seriously. As long as we are not controlling the education of our children. You can't take it seriously.
That's right.
You don't even want it to their own.
That's right.
They have the money to do it, but rather they money on YouTube junk.
Yeah.
We're the last stock in the world.
And
Yeah.
pretty much let the children find the information on Google and YouTube. My question I wanted to ask was, because it's like, it's like there's such a generation gap from where I come from and where it is right now, because we really had a village, raising children. We had grandparents' generation. He was 88 when he passed last year. And basically everybody in the neighborhood had their parents and grandparents. And my grandparents passed up down to my parents' generation. Their generation passed up down to our generation. My generation kind of dropped the ball because of the situation that Richard Nixon implemented, and then Ronald Reagan put in effect, with all these drugs and gun laws and drug laws and everything that was happening between 80 and 88 locked a lot of us up. A lot of us got addicted to different drugs. A lot of us went to prison. So it pretty much took us out of the way, because a lot of us was born in the 60s from freedom fighters. So the fight almost stopped with my generation. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to get people back on track to focus on what they need to be focusing on when we don't have good teachers. So that's what I think is a part of the big struggle to help get our communities together. And then we have so many different things that's diverting our attention from the most important things. You know where I'm going with this, right?
Without question, crack cocaine. The crack cocaine epidemic that was brought into our communities by the CIA in 1980, that was the government's response to the Black Power movement. Chemical warfare is what they use to devastate the Black Power movement. And we are still rebounding from the effects of the 1980s. We are still rebounding from the aftershock of the cocaine war against the Black community. See, the cocaine war did a couple of key things that we have to overlook. Number one, it destabilized the family, because as a result of that, mass incarceration was recreated, reintroduced on a whole new level. Not only that, you had drug addicted parents, you had drug babies. Okay, but what it also did was it showed the intergenerational infrastructure of the Black community, because the respect for elders went out, and then the father wasn't there, and the mom wasn't there. Dad is out selling drugs, mom was free, drinking and getting drugs, so now the girls are getting pregnant. And so now you have babies. The cocaine epidemic destroyed the cultural cohesion and infrastructure of Black community, and we don't have got that yet.
Yeah, that's because
Oh, wow, you guys. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to try and tune back in. That was Dr. Umar Johnson interviewing with Jay nonstop with the Iron Mics. Hopefully we can get right back on.
Who can tell me one thing he did specifically to help Black folks? I can name a bunch of things he did specifically to help women. I can name a bunch of things he did specifically to help gays. I can name a bunch of things he did to help immigrants, but I can't find one thing he did to help Black folks. But I can give you several things he did to hurt Black folks. President Barack Obama raised the bounty, the federal bounty on the head of Queen Mother Elizabeth Court. He refused to exonerate Marcus Garvey. He did not support reparations. He homosexualized public school. He put the military base throughout Africa by way of Africa. He took all of the civil rights that our ancestors fought for the past 100 years and gave it to white women and to homosexuals. Okay, he did nothing to curb the rising tide of police genocide against the Black community. All of the unarmed senseless killings of Black men, women, and children went unanswered and responded to by the president, while at the same time he signed a blue light law to make it even more difficult for people to stand up to racist police. And I see that go on with Barack Obama's shenanigans, but we've never had a friend in the White House, and we never will have a friend in the White House. And any Black person think they have a friend in the White House,
one thing that I can say that I really didn't like that he did was I think it's Monsanto's with the genetically modified foods and the processed foods and stuff. He passed the bill for that. So it's a lot of food out here that's not good for us because of that law that he passed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, this is Young Lion. One of the elements of the prisoner pipeline is actually the lost voting rights. So we had a lot of elections. So they had some that were the highlight elections. I guess the Florida and the Georgia election. They also had some measures on the ballot so that they would allow felons that were not violent, either rape or murder. You could now get your voting rights back. So I was saying that they were doing that. That was actually one thing that was taken away as far as the prisoner pipeline. There's a lot of voting rights. So I was trying to see. There's a lot of people that's feeling different ways on how we should deal with politics. I want to see where you felt like politics fit into the revolution. As far as that, would those measures actually help us?
Well, politics is a strategy of the struggle. It is a tactic of the struggle. It is not a way of life. The problem with politics, the only problem I have with democratic politics, is when black people try to make it a way of life. A be all and end all. We have to say where we just vote, but we don't do anything else to change our reality. Voting by itself, if it could change anything for black people, would be illegal. The only reason why you're allowed to vote is because it's not what they change the reality. There's nothing you can name that black folks have won that they want to vote. Can't name one thing. Everything we've got through armed struggle and resistance. Everything. We got out of slavery. Armed struggle and resistance. Civil rights bill. Armed struggle and resistance. Voting Rights Act. Armed struggle and resistance. We go back to the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment to the fight against Jim Crow.
Exactly.
Now, these victories were crowned by the government with the passage of a law, but it wasn't the passage of the law that broke the victory. It was the armed struggle and resistance. Everything we got through fighting. Voting has never, nor will it ever change anything for black folks. So the question becomes, are you saying we should vote? No, I'm not saying we shouldn't vote. I'm saying we should have a good reason for voting when we do. We should have, and just voting because somebody told you to, or just voting because you have a right, like I told you to. I don't vote unless I have every reason to vote. And no one's going to manipulate me into doing so, but the black bourgeoisie must be given credit because they have done an excellent job convincing lower class blacks, the lower middle class blacks, and the poor blacks that voting is in their own best interest. The reason they do this is because that's how they get in office and that's how they stay in office. They don't do nothing for you for the whole 4 years. But then they come and they sell you a propaganda campaign full of fear. Black people are the only people in America who are motivated to vote by fear. Everyone else is motivated to vote by games. Yep. If you look at European Jews, you look at Chinese, you look at Arabs, Indians, they go backwards, look at every community in America. Their motivation to vote is to gain something. If you vote, you will get more jobs. If you vote, you will get better housing. If you vote, you will get better schools. If you vote, you will get lower taxes. They're getting reasons to vote. Black people aren't getting reasons to vote, except fear. Black people are told that, yes, Barack Obama may not do nothing for us, but it is the lesser of the two evils. This is what we do. We will say, John Kerry isn't going to do anything for us, but it is the lesser of the two evils with George Bush.
Yeah.
That's how we say Bill Clinton ain't going to do nothing for us, but it is a lesser of the two evils is George Herbert Walker Bush. That's how black folks are the only people in the country who are never given a clear reason to vote, and the only reason they are given to vote is fear. Fear is what makes black people go and vote. If you don't do this, it may get worse. Well, how is it going to get better if I do this? We don't know how it's going to get better. It might not get better, but guess what? If you don't vote, it might get worse. We're the only people who are motivated that way.
The thing that I always try to make people understand is, even if you, Umar Johnson, or Young Lion, or myself, Jay Nonstop, if we come up with the best policies or whatever, things we can put into effect, that's going to change, like a lot. It's going to change a lot. There's still going to be this group over here that's going to fight against everything that we try to implement. That's the reason that, I mean, if people may not understand it, that's the reason I don't vote, because it's going to always be another man trying to tear it down. So to me, politics and all that kind of stuff, people have the right to, or they don't, they have the right not to. I feel it's confusion, and I believe in the Creator, and the Creator doesn't deal with confusion. So no, I still don't have to sit on my tail and not do anything because I'm not voting. That's what I used to tell a lot of people. Don't tell me I don't have the right to say anything, because I have participated in community drives and food drives, and I've done a whole lot of that. I've been with the Partnership for Drug-Free Detroit. I've spoken. I've not necessarily did all that I can do, all I'm supposed to do, because there's a lot more that I want to do. But I have been out there in the trenches, and a lot of people that talk down against people because they don't vote. All they've done was stand in a line every 2 years, every 4 years and vote. So it's like, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong for saying this, that they're being hypocritical, when they try to judge me for not voting, But I want to shift the conversation a little bit, because there are a lot of, black kids ending up in foster care with families of other races. Do you think that adds to the handicap as far as them not growing, as far as educationally and stuff? You think that adds to it?
Well, we know for a fact that children who have been confiscated by the government, black children, they are more likely to be put in special education. They are more likely to be diagnosed with disruptive behavior disorder. They are more likely to be prescribed psychiatric medication. So the answer is yes, the outcomes are actually worse for children confiscated by the government, which is interesting, because the purpose of taking your children in the first place, allegedly, is to provide them with a safer, more supportive environment. That is the first from truth. And one of the reasons why we're seeing so many black children confiscated, there's different reasons for that. Number one is the breakdown of the family. Number two is the social engineering of an entire generation of black children in the ways that the government wants. Number three, it is also a very lucrative business for white folks, because so many white folks are foster parenting black children, and they get paid a lot of money for doing it. And then you also have the pedophile ring. A lot of people don't talk about. Yes, the industry is involved in the sexual trafficking of children. There's a sexual trafficking of children. So having, these young bodies in these group homes, and these foster homes, are very important, because it makes sure that pedophiles are given a fresh supply of young lives. And believe it or not, so many people are involved in the sexual trafficking of children. The foster parents are involved in it. The courts are involved in it. The group homes are involved in it. It is a very extensive network, and so they have to keep on taking children to make sure they have a body for sexual trafficking.
Yes, I know how people feel about sexual crimes. I just don't think that they do enough. I don't know if they do enough at all as far as sexual crimes. Every so often, even though I know that the government is involved with dope, with selling, dope or whatever, so they still have huge busts. Like, I just don't see enough being done. Everybody talks about these pedophile rings, and none of them ever go down. I never hear these rings go down. Everybody talks about it, but I never see them go down. I don't know what it is.
That's a good point. They'll catch major drug dealers, but you don't hear of that many, pedophile rings going down. There's a lot of them down here.
They don't go down. They don't go down because the people involved in them are at the highest level of sport, entertainment, government, businesses, international affairs. They're not going to go down. In fact, one of the reasons that the American Psychiatric Association keeps reducing the age of sexual majority is because, the pedophile rings have very powerful people in them who can't afford to go to jail, can't afford to be exposed. So as a result of that, they put pressure on the ADA to drop the age of sexual majority. Once upon a time, the age of sexual majority was 18, and it was 70. And now it is 16. And even with 14 and 15-year-old, the partner needs to be at least 4 or 5 years old. But but right now, 15 is the age of sexual majority. 16, and if they get their way, it's going to drop even further. And in the next year or two, sexual majority is probably 12 or 11 years old. This is what they're working towards because they basically want to make it totally safe and legal to molest children. That's what they're working on.
Yeah. Do you have any suggested programs, anything that parents can get their children in on, single parent homes? There's a lot of single parent homes. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fathers mixed that could kind of help keep the children from getting caught up in the bait and catch, so to speak. You know of any programs?
Well, two things for parents. Number one, they keep the kids busy. Two, they need to make sure if they have to leave them with somebody they can absolutely trust the person that they're leaving with. Because so many of our children are introduced into molestation, pedophilia, homosexuality, and lesbianism by way of molestation as kids.
Yeah.
It gets introduced to the molestation. So if we would just make sure our children are properly supervised, we can save a whole lot.
Yeah.
Save a whole lot about children and prevent them from becoming sexual casualties.
And it's really ironic that you say that because I'm a barber by trade, and I dealt with a family, who moved from here now, and one of the adoptees that this lady had, he saw a lot of that type of stuff going on in his own household. So, and it happened to him as he was only 7 years old, and it happened to him as a child. This little boy who could pretty much almost carry on a conversation like us, maybe with not the use of big words, but I mean, he could carry on a conversation with a full-grown man. But he himself was molested. He saw drug use in his house. He saw people getting raped. He saw his own mother get raped and stuff like that. And it's like when it's going on in your home, and then you get adopted to a home. He was adopted into a home where that happened to him there. So they got him on Ritalin, and he's all over the place. And it's unfortunate because there's a big group of children that's going through that right now, and we're not. There's nothing that some of us can do about it. It's a sad situation because some of them end up later on down the line, 2 years down the road, running a lot of the neighborhoods that we live in and travel through. You know what I'm saying? And that's a sad situation. And like you said earlier, we have a country of people in control that don't give a care because their pockets is being lined up. And that's a sad situation.
And the thing about it, we're not interested in creating our own system. See, that's the problem. Black folks are the most victimized by the American social order, but we are the least motivated to create alternatives to the system that disenfranchised us. Once upon a time, we had our own hospitals, our own independent schools, our own supermarkets, our own banks, our own factories, our own distribution, we had our own gas stations. We had everything. It's gone. And we don't want it back. Because black folk, as bad as we have it, we still don't want to admit that we are willing to pay the very high price of oppression just to enjoy the social life of white folks. Black folks don't mind our kids get killed. We don't mind jail. We don't mind the poor health care. We are willing to pay whatever price the white man asks of us just to be allowed to coexist with them. And that's a shame. Because there's nothing America can do. We'll be remembered 400 years next summer.
Yeah.
400 years.
400 years.
And in 400 years, all that America has done to the black man and woman, we are still not set up yet. And in fact, we will never get set up. And the reason we will never get set up is because of the white and women and white love themselves.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Now, what I want to ask you, because you got a lot of years of growth and education, and you got a strong foundation that you're building off of, and your future is going to be bright. What forms of motivation and growth do you see with the youth? And what motivation can you give them yourself?
Well, that would depend on the particular, because I do a lot of work with youth and all youth are relatively, there's this variation there. But generally speaking, overall, for the youth, my message to them, because, you know, you get a lot of graduations or what have you, banquets and awards programs or whatnot, and basically three main messages. Number one, get extremely serious about your life and about your future. Don't waste it away. Too many of our young people just waste their lives away because they wake up one day, they're 40 years old, and they got nothing for themselves. So get serious early, get focused early. That's number one. Number two, to decide how you're going to make a contribution to African people in the liberation struggle. What exactly are you going to do to help us push the envelope further? You know, number three, respect the ancestors, respect the elders, respect the parents. Yeah, because I don't believe that the universe can reward you well, but cannot balance with any of those three.
That's right.
The divine trinity in my opinion.
That's right.
Parents, elders, and ancestors. You know, and then on top of that, make sure you be well read, make sure you understand the world that you live in. And at that point, I would have to say that one of my criticisms of the black community and black consciousness as a whole in the past 50 years is that I think we focus so much on our African past to the exclusion of our African future. And don't get me wrong, the past is important. History is great, especially given the fact that it has been kept away from us for so long, so close. So I understand the creed, the desire to know who we are. But African history is probably the most exhaustive subject you can study in the world. There is nothing that has more information, contains more data than African history, because we've been around before every science, we've been around before every culture, we've been around before every religion. Nothing, no study can take you further than a study of African people. I'm saying that to say that you can never know everything about us. You can never know it all. So if you can never know it all, and you feel like you got to get it all, then that means that you'll be wasting a lot of valuable time to organize black folks. You'll be wasting that time on constantly studying history all day long. You can spend the rest of your life studying history, and you will still just begin to only understand that piece of it. So we got to recognize we need balance. We need balance. We need a balance between the study of the past and preparation of the future. You can't do nothing about history. It is happened. It is over.
It's over.
You see, there's no work that can be done to history because it's done. You can study more history, you can research more history, but you cannot affect history. History has already happened, but you can affect the future. And the problem I have with us is we're so focused looking at the past that we're not looking for the present or the future.
Yeah, and like I was thinking, at a brainstorm and forgot that quick. That's bad. But yeah, this is what I want to ask, because I think that a lot of people today, and I'm gonna say in my age bracket, younger and a little older, especially youth of today, they don't really know how to build a system. You know, I mean, don't you think that's a big problem for us? And a lot of them aren't interested in learning how to build a system for ourselves. I mean, do you agree with that?
Well, I wouldn't limit that to you. I think all black people are not interested in building a system. You know, children, as a child is taught, so is taught. So will be taught. So our children are nothing more than the exaggerated printout of the dysfunction of their community. Our children are nothing more than the exaggerated printout of the dysfunction of our community. Whatever we do wrong, our kids do it to the 20th power. They are the exaggerated versions of our shortcomings. That's all they are. And, you know, a lot of black folks try to get away from the youth, like, you know, what's wrong with them? We are what's wrong with them. We have to give them any guidance, any leadership, any preparation. We send them out into a hostile white world, and it tells them you better behave, and you better act right, and you better come home alive. That's too much responsibility to be put on the shoulders of the child. And the reason that the child is given so much responsibility is because the adults don't want it yet.
Wow, that's deep. And go ahead.
All right. I guess I've had a discussion with someone, and there's a total different, there's a carefreeness that there is to being around white people and living around white people, and I could understand to a certain extent why people want to go with that, because the way that they live is almost carefree. You not, you know, most of the people that I know, the Caucasian people that I know, are not necessarily really that into politics or even care or even have to even care. Because I'm just wondering how I just want you to kind of speak on that, because I think that is the economy or whatever that they're dealing with is this carefree life that you can have if you live this way, which is associated with white people, and then it's a stressful life dealing with what it is the black people, and most people they just don't want to deal with anything of the things that's going on or what may be going on with their kids in the future. I just want to see maybe if you could touch on something like on that.
Well, the thing is, if I had it my way, I would separate the children from the parents if I had it my way. Because the parents are toxic. Our kids are taught to be coons inside the house. They're taught to be coons inside the church. Public schools destroy our kids as well. But guess what? The house and the church, the black house and the black church, do just as good a job on its own. So I would rather separate children, because as long as dysfunctional people are responsible for the socialization and upbringing of our children, we're going to continue to have these problems, because what we have not had is a transformation of mind. There has been no transformation of mindset yet. We're filling up our brains with a lot of book knowledge, a lot of history knowledge, cultural knowledge, this kind of knowledge, and that kind of knowledge. But what nobody's dealing with is the fact that knowledge does not transform. Okay, so because you know more does not change the way you think, act, or behave.
That's right.
You see, but black people think that if they put enough information in their head, it'll change the way we act, and that is not true. If you want to teach people how to act, you have to socialize it. You have to use habit and ritual and protocol. That's how you condition the mind, not with information. Information is for learning, okay, but ritual and action is for condition. And we have to really learn how to start conditioning our children so that they are loyal to love. When you go into the military, okay, it's book learning, but a lot of it is conditioning. What they're trying to do is remake your mind.
That's right.
They're trying to turn you into one of them. They want to make you loyal. They want you to be able to die of it.
That's right.
Understand? They socialize you with the rituals, and the various, things that they do, the protocols and the procedures. It's an action that affects that consciousness, and that's what we simply read more books ain't gonna change nothing for black folks. You have to socialize black. You also have to come up with a code of conduct, and you gotta have accountability, and that's another problem. We don't have accountability.
Yeah.
I was told by one guy that at one point we searched for wisdom instead of knowledge, and said when we start searching for knowledge, then that was kind of where we went off. Because my definition of wisdom is the appropriate deciphering of the knowledge. A lot of us have a lot of stuff, but we don't have the wisdom to decipher or see through. I guess what we do know.
Yeah. Now, this is what I want to ask you, because we've established the fact that the school system is real messed up. What do you think? Do you think children benefit from being homeschooled?
It's a homeschool endeavor, right? It's a million homeschool, so you can't answer that question in a vacuum. It all depends on whose homeschool we're looking at. There's some homeschool, they do an excellent job. There's
Hold on, you guys. Okay. We got 15 minutes left, you guys. Try to bring it back in. Battery's going in too. Mm.
Take a lot of it.
Okay, guys, I think that we're having more technical difficulties. Um, I'm going to say that's the conclusion of the interview with the Iron Mics. If you would like to hear the full interview, you can go to the Iron Mics on Facebook, the Iron Mics, and check out the interview with the Iron Mics and Dr. Umar Johnson. But hey, listen, tune in because I'll be interviewing Dr. Umar soon, and we're gonna get him some more exposure here in Dallas before he comes, because you guys, he's coming to Dallas, and y'all need to be in a place. December 30th, drumarjohnson.com. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Talk to Tracy Brooks. You just listened to the interview with Dr. Umar Johnson. Tune in for more. If you'd like to see the full interview, go to Facebook, the Iron Mics.